Hello and welcome back to F1 2021 Driver Career Mode. My name's Chris and wow, what a race last one. If you haven't seen that one, we were in Brazil and we went from the back of the grid to the front. We won that race. It was unreal because we were leading in Monza the race before that and we got an engine failure, so we needed that comeback. Here we go, then let's have a look at this. So our second P1 of the season, maybe a bit of a comeback. We've had a tough few races, so see what we can do. We've got the second best car on the grid with Mclaren, so yeah, things are looking good for us this race as we head to Australia, and we've got a wet qualifying session, so not obviously great for us. We're not super strong in the wet, but let's see how we go. Australia is not a track that I have a lot of experience with, so yeah, this is going to be interesting. Let's head out on track then.
Checks complete. We're ready.
See what we can do in the wet around Australia. I've got high hopes that we are back on form as we head out then. Getting a little bit in the way of the Williams. Not the best start. Latifi being the victim of somebody getting in the way for once. As we come round to begin what will be our first flying lap around Australia. And for a driver who's not driven Australia before, probably not the best that we're doing it in the wet, but here we are. It is what it is. A little bit wide, well, way wide, completely missed the apex into turn one. As you can see, the car is very, very understeery. We're having to slow it down so much just to get it around the corners. Probably needs a bit more wing, but it's too late for that. We're in parc ferme conditions now as we completely understeer there. Coming up towards the line. And that's a P4 for now then in Q1. And you join us a little bit later on a subsequent lap. Coming round to finish the lap, currently 2 tenths down. As you can see, the delta is all over the place here as we look like we might actually improve coming around the final corner if we can keep this on the track, which we do. 3 tenths up, 4 tenths up nearly. And that puts us into P11 into Q2. Or does it? Or does it? Lando's P10. Have we made it through? By the skin of our teeth, we have. Wow. Okay. The track's dry now though, so bodes probably better for us. Much stronger in the dry than in the wet, he says, as we spin the car around in the car park. Not ideal. Anyway, back out on track, setting a purple through sector 2. Looking good so far. Currently obviously sat in P15, having not set a good lap yet. This one though, looking, a lot of curve there as we go wide. Still though, we've got to set a time, so we carry on. Going around into the final couple of corners. Nice line through there. Little bit of wheel spin. And we come to cross the line, and that is good enough for a provisional pole. In Q2 anyway. We then don't improve on that, get a little complacent, and we get knocked out. So, yeah. Unfortunate, but we're going to start P11 for the race.
Welcome to Melbourne. You can hear the roar of the crowd out there, which can only mean one thing. Race day is upon us. So here we are at the Albert Park circuit. 3.3 miles around the lake, with the street track making for a bumpy surface with little undulation. There are 16 corners here, with the best passing opportunities coming at turn 1 and turn 3. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Sergio Perez will lead us away from pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Leclerc, Antonio Giovinazzi, Power, Verstappen, Norris, Stroll, and Pierre Gasly. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Russell, Sainz, Mick Schumacher, and Ocon. Vettel, Latifi, they've taken a grid penalty. Nikita Mazepin and Daniel Ricciardo, Aitken and Yuki Tsunoda. Now, it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track.
After the points finish last race, let's aim to keep the momentum going.
Let's do that. So, obviously, some grid penalties have been taken for the start of this race, and we've managed to get ourselves all the way up into P6 from P11. That's incredible. So we'll take that as we look to start the race. 5 red lights go on, and we're underway for the Australian Grand Prix from P6 then. In front of us, Antonio Giovinazzi, Lewis Hamilton, Sergio Perez, Charles Leclerc and Valtteri Bottas as we dive up the inside. And wow, what the hell? Lewis Hamilton and Giovinazzi getting in a bit of a scrap there. We may have caused that from our dive up the inside. I think Lewis tried to get out of our way, hit Giovinazzi on the outside, and we've capitalised on that. We're now up into P4. Leclerc ahead of us, Perez ahead of him, and Bottas is leading this race then. Yellow flag, not sure why, but it seems to be sorted now. We carry on then into the first lap of this Grand Prix. Cracking start, maybe a little bit aggressive, but we got away with it. And now we come round to finish the first lap. Giovinazzi behind us in the AlphaTauri. That thing's quick this season, and Hamilton just behind him. Not a bad start there. Valtteri Bottas obviously in the lead, setting the fastest lap, but we got a purple sector 3, so we've got some pace here as we miss the first apex again. Oh, a bit of wheel spin. Those tyres need to get a bit more temperature in them. Coming round then a little bit later on in the race. End of lap 3 into lap 4, chasing Charles Leclerc, and we set a new fastest lap.
Fastest lap of the race so far.
Take that. Under a second between us.
Is dropping back. We're seeing a gap for
as we pull away a little bit from Giovinazzi and Hamilton. Ooh, going a bit wide there. Can we catch Charles Leclerc? Was quite the rival for us in season 1. Oh, a bit out of shape there. That's going to cost us some time. Not ideal as we head into the DRS zone. You join us then a little bit later on lap 5, where we really close that gap to Charles. Just 3/10 separate us now. As we go super wide, but we keep it on the road. Really, really pushing. You can tell just how much we're pushing here to try and close the gap and maybe make an overtake. A podium in Australia for our first time round here would be fantastic. Nearly in the gearbox of Charles.
Check your MFD for a new strategy
Jeff
option.
is giving us an alternate strategy. What are they going to say? Lap 12 for the medium. We were on a 2-stop. We're going to stay on the 2-stop for now.
The car behind is dropping back by about 3/10 a lap.
Interesting. Lap 6 then. Can't quite make that overtake just yet, but we're really, really pushing. Another yellow flag.
Green flag.
Not sure what's happened back there. We are on the tail of Charles Leclerc now as we head through.
Some information on Gasly. They are out of the race.
There you go. That's why the yellow flags have come out. Pierre Gasly is out of the race in the Alpine. Not ideal for him. But our race is only just getting started. We've obviously got pace. We're keeping up with Charles. Two front runners are running away with this a little bit well, I guess he's being defensive on us, so that's probably why, but I think we have got the pace for certainly a podium and maybe a potential win if we can get past Charles as we almost slam into his gearbox once again. A few mistakes from us. It's probably costing us this position, to be honest. But what can we do? Just keep pushing as we head towards the DRS zone up the main straight into lap 7. Could we make a move here? I don't think so.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the soft.
We went to have a little look, but just too far back. Here we are then on lap 8. Still not made that overtake. We are still looking at Charles Leclerc's gearbox. Oh, onto the grass. Again onto the grass. That's That's not ideal. That's cost us a lot of time. Obviously dirty tyres now. And we lose it. We've lost it. We spun
A
it.
new strategy is available.
Wow, as we roll back. Oh my goodness. Who was that? Was that Giovinazzi that just hit us? 5-second penalty.
Okay, watch your pace.
Oh my goodness,
We've
we
been
ghosted.
informed that the safety car is out. There appears to have been an issue with multiple
That's
stopped vehicles on the track.
not what you want to
Check your
see.
MFD for a new strategy option.
Safety car's out, and
some
there's some
information on
utter
Giovinazzi.
carnage.
It looks like the problem is terminal. They're retiring the
Utter
car.
carnage that we've just caused there by losing the car. Here we go again, then onto the grass. Look at this. Obviously now we've got debris on our tyres. That's not good. But we kept pushing. And as we come around, we just get too much on the curb. Plant that throttle just a tiny bit too early and slam it into the wall. And there goes Giovinazzi as we roll back out of just pure despair for what we'd just done. Giovinazzi came through and just clomped us. Let's have a look at this. Look at that. Oh, he had nowhere to go. And he gets smashed into by Hamilton. Let's have another look at that. God, we just absolutely ruined a few people's races there. That was a big crash by Hamilton. Wowee. As the safety car's out there, we're going to come in for a new wing and to get onto those new tyres. I don't know if we're going to go soft or medium or what. We're also going to have to serve our 5-second penalty, of course. And Lando's going to get caught up in that. You can see he's 2 cars behind us. He's also going to serve our penalty because we're double stacking. That's not ideal for Lando's race. Here we are then, a couple laps later. Safety car looking to come in. Bottas in the lead. Perez just behind. Charles Leclerc obviously in 3rd position. And we are all the way back down in 16th. We may have just ruined our race. We're on the medium tyre, so we might be on the 1 stop. But we've got some back markers to get past.
Okay, clear.
And we get the jump on Jack Aitken almost immediately by the looks of it. Going down towards the main straight. Yeah, beautiful. That's 1 down. We know we've got the pace to be up front, but we've really handicapped ourselves here. Having a look on Mazepin then in the Haas. On hard tyres, which is interesting. All of the runners at the back seem to be on hard tyres. Norris as well. Can we make these mediums go to the end, and can we keep the pace in them? That's the real question. As we clear Mazepin and now go after Latifi.
Good job.
Jeff happy with that one. Tail end of lap 11, and here's Latifi. Looks like we're going to get past him here as we come into the main straight. We get some DRS, super close out of that corner. We get a good exit. He's trying to cover us off. We're not having any of it. Do we go around the outside? Yes, we do, and Latifi's tagged us as we go around the outside. Whose corner was that? I think he just lost it. He just too much curb. Couldn't quite get it around the corner. That's unfortunate for Latifi. Puts us in P13 though. Ricciardo up next in the Alfa Romeo. About what? 17 laps to go. We could make some moves here. I'll be interested to see what we can do as we nearly lose it coming out the final corner. We're going to go and make a move on Danny Rick now.
Enabled. DRS is now enabled.
Yes, we are. We didn't even have DRS in the last lap. That just shows you how much pace we have. Bit aggressive through there, but we got the move done, and looks like no warning for a collision. So stewards are happy with that one. Vettel is the next on our list. Ocon in front. I can see a Ferrari there as well. Who's that? Is that Carlos Sainz? Yeah, it must be. Bit of a train going on here, so if we can clear some of these cars, we might put ourselves back into the points. It's obviously what we want. We were going to be on for a potential podium, and now we're just fighting for points. So that's how it goes sometimes in Formula 1, but we do what we can as we come round the final corner, whack on the DRS, get the ERS on as well. And we go for the move on Sebastian Vettel. We're really, really squeezing him there. And he just has to pull out of it. Whew, that's up into the points then. P10 currently. You can see just ahead an absolute monster of a DRS train. I can't quite tell who's leading it, but you've got Carlos Sainz, Esteban Ocon, just ahead of us. We're going to be looking to clear them as soon as we possibly can. Down the inside on Ocon. What a move. That was clean. Ocon out the way. Up into P9. Carlos Sainz next. Stroll after that. And Alonso? No, not Alonso after that. Alonso's not racing anymore. I'm not sure who's ahead. Gasly's obviously out, I think, in the Alpine. I'm not entirely sure who's in front of Stroll. Super wide into the DRS zone. We'll hold it together though. Our mediums right now are probably in their prime. Oh, he says, as he gets a lot of wheel spin. And nearly loses it again. I think it's Russell and the Williams just in front of Stroll. We're just pushing too hard. And it's just forcing us into making mistakes as we go up the inside on Carlos Sainz then. Into lap 15. Job done. Tick another one off the list. And we're just past the halfway point. Or at least well into the points now. You can see on the minimap, we're pretty much in the train that's P5 downwards, so if we can push past all these guys, we might be able to challenge P4 or P3 if we can really go for it. Up into P7.
Good job, nice overtake.
Completely missed the apex into turn 1, and what was that?
Gap to teammate behind is 1.7 seconds.
Stroll has tagged us in the same place
Green
that
flag.
Latifi did. And I haven't got the replay footage for that one, so I can't quite see whose fault it was. I'll probably accept liability for that one because I missed the apex and came back onto the track. But we didn't get a warning for it, so it is what it is. As we chase down George Russell for P6. On the helicam then, down the DRS zone, we go. Past George Russell, easy overtake. And there you can see, top left, Valtteri Bottas parked up. The race leader is out of this race. So that obviously bumps us up a place, bumps everybody else up a place, but damn, that's unfortunate for Valtteri. He was on for a race win. It didn't quite work out. Carlos Sainz then has cleared a few cars and joins us on lap 21. The hards obviously coming in now, really in their prime. The mediums, we've had them on since what, lap 11, and we're coming in then. We're going to go for the 2-stop. Ballsy, I would say. But we're going to go onto a set of soft tyres. We're going to be back in traffic, so this was probably not the best idea, but currently P10, you can see, we come out.
Up to speed now.
And we're
Let's get some
just
heat
outside
into
the points
those
in P11, but here come Mazepin and Aitken to put us in P13. We've basically undone all the work we did overtaking because we've ruined our tyres. So back to square one. We've got some more overtaking to do. We should have stuck to the 1-stop and maybe jumped onto those hard tyres as well, or just made the mediums last. We probably could have done that, but it is what it is. Let's try and get past these guys again and at least score a couple of points. Down the inside on Aitken, and that's that one done. As we go after the Haas next.
Brilliant. Nice move.
Somehow, Tsunoda setting the fastest lap. That's pretty wild. In the AlphaTauri, like I said, that car's quick. The car's really quick. Purple sector 3. On lap 26, we're in P11, and you can see how far P10 is. Ricciardo 5 seconds ahead of us. End of lap 26 though. Ricciardo's 2 seconds ahead of us, so the soft tyres are on another level round here.
That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this
Nice,
up.
fastest lap. We should be on to pass Ricciardo and maybe Russell to get ourselves up into P8. That would be good. But we're going to have to really go for it. Just a couple of laps to go as we come round to end lap 27. What are we doing here? Up the inside? Surely not. We had a little look, but that would have been silly. save it for the DRS zone, and we've got an absolute monstrous run on Ricciardo out of there. Didn't really even need the DRS as we approach turn 1. Going to go for the move on Russell. We thought about it. Probably not the wisest of moves as Danny Rick catches right up to us. 2 laps to go then, and we could get ourselves up into P9, I would say, realistically. I think P8 might be off the cards now, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Here we are then, chasing George Russell. Right on his gearbox. We're going to go around the outside here. This is unorthodox. We have a look. Try to switch it back. It's close. It's close. Having a look up the inside then. He tries to cover us off, but we just go for it. Compromise our corner, but we get the move done. Look at that. Lovely. Up into P8. I suppose the question then remains is, could we have held where we were on those old mediums? Maybe not. We had Carlos Sainz right behind us. So maybe the 2-stop was the strat. I don't know. As we come round then to head into the final lap of the race, it looks like P9 is the best we can do, unfortunately. I think I just said we got up into P8. That's a lie. We got up into P9. P8 is a little bit far away, unfortunately. 5 seconds up the road then is Vettel.
This is your final lap of the race.
Final lap, of course. We've still got the fastest. Hopefully we can retain that. That'll give us an extra point, which we need because we've not had the best race today. We've had a few bumpy races mid-season as well, so this is the penultimate race. We've only got one more. That's Abu Dhabi next time. And again, that's not a strong track for us, so we've got to get all the points while we can. Oof. Looking a bit...
There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining.
Bit snaky there. Absolutely flying on these softs though. There you go then. Sergio Perez in the Red Bull, winning the race. That could have been Bottas if his car hadn't have given up on him. But it wasn't meant to be. So Red Bull 1-2 it looks like. And Charles Leclerc on the podium as well, as Carlos Sainz comes round to take 4th place. Lando up in P5. Yeah, that's incredible given that he served our penalty as well with a double stack during the safety car. He's recovered. You have to think, what could he have done if we didn't have the safety car and he didn't double stack? I reckon he could have been fighting for a podium.
Right, race over. Take care of the car on the way.
Maybe even a win. There you go then. The Australian Grand Prix done. And we come home in P9. Yuki Tsunoda gets driver of the day. Well deserved, I would say.
Not just victory today then, but the championship as well. What a spectacular season they've had. Congratulations to the whole team. Anthony Davidson, a resounding victory today. What set them apart from the rest?
Well, the safety car completely changed the race, didn't it? It's hard to say exactly what would have happened without it, but there's no question that they came out of that situation in a good position.
Here come today's winners. The team at Red Bull have done a phenomenal job recently. It's clear to see that they've put in the work and they should be proud of the victory they secured here.
Wow, what a race. Could have been a podium for us, I reckon. We were on the tail of Leclerc then in the early stages and we just bottled it. We got ourselves on the curb, span the car around and caused absolute carnage. A safety car, a few crashes. Giovinazzi was out, Hamilton was out. Not a good day for Mercedes then because Bottas also had a mechanical failure from the lead of the race. That's just unfortunate. So yeah, Perez comes home to take the win. Verstappen in P2. We got ourselves a P9 and our teammate Lando up into 5th, which is quite incredible, as I said, because yeah, he had a rough time having to serve our penalty because he double stacked during the safety car and we were ahead. So a tough one today, but Lando is 3rd in the championship. We're 5th. Could we bump that to 4th? There's certainly potential there if we can do well in Abu Dhabi. So let's see what we can do at the tail end of the season. But of course, as always, if you enjoyed this race, if you enjoyed any of the races, give us a like, give us a little comment, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I will see you for the next one, Abu Dhabi, the season finale of Season 2 of our driver career mode. And then we've got to make a decision. Do we stay with McLaren, or do we potentially move to a new team for Season 3? You can find out in the next one. Every Wednesday and Sunday, a new video. I'll see you then.